The first thing you have to do when you make this wrap skirt is you have to measure the wrap waist measurement. To do this, you have to measure your natural waist plus half of your waist. Then, measure the length from the waist to the floor, and if you want to add 4 or 5 inches for a heel, you can. Measure where you want the taper of your skirt to begin, and I chose a few inches below my knee. The last measurement, you need to measure how wide you want your skirt to be or how flowy you want it to be. I did this in a very interesting way by measuring my stance. Fold 2 yards of your flowy material in half to make your markings on the skirt. On the top corner of the fold, you will make a quarter circle that is your measurement of your wrapped waist divided by 3 or pi. At the end of this semicircle, you're going to actually straighten a little bit, the end that's facing the raw edge. Then, from the waistline, you want to measure the length on the fold. From that length point, you're going to want to measure out half of your stance or width length, making sure that you still keep the length from the waistline you marked. This will be the sides of your dress. Round the bottom as you mark it. From the straightened part of the waistline, measure the tapered measurement towards the raw edge of the fabric and mark. From that point, taper a round edge towards the previous mark we had made in the step before. Now it's time to cut. Remember, always cut bigger because you can always take away, you can't always put back. Now you need to try it on. Once you try it on, see if there's any adjustments or anything you need to make. I noticed that I need to take a little bit more out of the waist. I need to straighten out the edges of the waistline. To sew the hem of the skirt, you fold in 1/8 of an inch and then 1/4 of an inch while you sew, then sew the edge. To make the waistband, cut strips that are 4 inches wide with the length of 4 feet plus your natural waist measurement times 2. Sew together these strips to get that length. Fold and iron 1/4 inch in on both sides of the waistband, and then fold down the middle and iron. Enclose the raw waist edge of the skirt into the folded waistband and pin. Make sure that one side of the skirt only has 2 feet of waistband coming out. Now, start sewing the waistband. First, fold the ends of the waistband, wrong sides touching or technically inside out, and sew. Then turn right side out. Do this with both sides. Then start to top stitch the waistband edge, securing it to the skirt waist. Now try on the skirt and mark where you want the side seam buttonhole to be. Make sure that the long side of the waistband will go through this hole. Cut open the buttonhole, pull through the long end of the tie, tie a bow, and you're done.